Good afternoon or good day. You might be watching this in the morning. Welcome to lesson number 2, boys and girls. Your book today is called the Trebuchet. Okay, I had never heard of this word before, so Ms. Brown's learning something new as well today. Remember that whenever we have lessons, always find a new page in your writing book. On the left, you're going to write the book, the number, and then the title. So today it's book number 73, The Trebuchet. And today's date, I have it right today, boys and girls. Aren't you proud of me? Wednesday, January 6, 2021. Okay? So, most times we're going to be doing word work and comprehension because word work is the decoding part. But this group, you guys are pretty strong with your word work. You're able to say lots of words, so I definitely want to spend more time on the comprehension piece. So today we're going to be talking about something called character traits. So the title is here behind me, Comprehension Character Traits. So you can pause me right now just to write the title down, and then we'll move on. Okay? All right, so what are character traits? Well, when an author creates a story, normally a fiction story, you want your characters to have different types of personalities. So character traits basically describe what a character does, what a character says, or what other characters think about that character. Okay, just like people, okay? Sometimes when children are asked to describe a character, they always go to the same word. Oh, they seemed nice. They seemed happy. No, we don't want to use those baby words. You want to use some stronger words, okay? So if we're going to be describing characters, you're going to use some stronger words. So Ms. Brown picked 5 words that I like when I'm using, when I think about characters. These normally stand out. I think that sometimes characters can be really creative if they're really inventive. They might be described as a creative person. They might be responsible if they show that they can be trustworthy, and if they have a job to do, they're going to do it correctly. That's a responsible person. Somebody can be cunning, or that means sneaky. They might be trying to get around or get over somebody to get their way, to do something that they're not really supposed to do. They can be very honest. They always tell the truth. Or they can be very selfish. They always want to protect themselves, make sure that they're happy. All right, so I want you to think now about yourself. And if somebody had to describe you, what would they say? What would a character trait of yours be? Okay, so press pause. And in your book, I actually want you to write. If you had to think of a character trait that would describe you, what would somebody say about you? If I had to pick one about Miss Brown, I would say I'm hardworking. I think that most of my friends and family know that if I have a job to do, I'm going to be a hard worker until the job gets done. So in your books, I want you to write a character trait that describes you. Okay? All right. All right, so the Trebuchet. So it's about 2 boys, Ty and Daniel, and they create something called a trebuchet. So I had to look this up. So it's very, very cool. It makes me want to go out in the backyard and practice it with my kids or try to build it with my kids. So it's a machine that actually is able to throw balls. All right. So I'm going to read a bit of the trebuchet with you. And I want you to read the entire thing. And I want you to be thinking about the characters Ty and Daniel and think about some character traits that would describe them, because we're going to do an activity at the end. Okay? So I'm going to read just a little bit with you because you guys can breeze through this really easily. Read the rest on your own, and then we'll do a comprehension activity. Okay? So I'll just read just a couple of pages with you. Don't touch that cake. Ty jumped. I wasn't going to, he said. He was just going to smooth out a lump of frosting with his finger. And then lick his finger, of course. But he wasn't going to tell his sister Laura that. He's going to spoil my birthday party, Laura said. I'm not going to spoil anything, Ty said. I'm making your party better. He held up his basket of juggling balls. I'll be juggling while your friends eat cake. Everybody will love it. So why don't you practice, his mother suggested. Ty tossed some balls in the air, and she added, but not in the kitchen or the backyard, Laura said. The decorations are just right out there, and my friends are coming soon. So I'm going to stop right there as far as reading. But we've been introduced to 3 characters, Mother, Lara, and Ty. So I'm going to pick Ty first, okay? So I'm going to write Ty's name on the board, and I'm going to circle it. And I'm going to press pause, but I want you to think about some words of what we've read so far, a character trait to describe Ty. So think about his actions. Think about what the author has said about him so far. Think about what he's done, what he's thought. And what's a word that you would use to describe Ty? So I'm going to press pause. Okay. So behind me, I have Ty's name. Okay. And I told you to think of a character trait to describe Ty. All right. So I'm going to go back to page 2. So have a look at page 2. I'm going to reread page 2, and I'm going to tell you which character trait I chose and why. Okay, so listen. Don't touch that cake. Ty jumped. I wasn't going to, he said. He was just going to smooth out a lump of frosting with his finger. And then lick his finger, of course. But he wasn't going to tell his sister Lara that. He's going to spoil my birthday party, Lara said. Now, if I had to think of a word to describe Ty, I would use either the words sneaky or cunning. The reason why is because he was just pretending to smooth out the frosting. But what was he really going to do? He was really going to lick it. Okay, so that's a little bit sneaky, a little bit cunning. He was pretending that he was doing the right thing, but he was really being sneaky about it. So what I'm going to do, because I want you all to be able to provide evidence to show where you're finding your information. So from Ty, I'm going to draw a line. The evidence I found is on page 2. So I'm going to write page 2. You can either write the word page out like that, or some people put PG for short. Okay? Either one is okay. So that's where we found our evidence. Okay? And I'm going to use the character trait cunning, which means sneaky. And then I'm going to write why I put cunning. Okay? So I'm going to put he pretended to smooth the frosting when he really wanted to lick it. So, pretended to smooth frosting, but really intended to lick it. Okay? And I'm going to put a little bubble around here. A big bubble. That's not a little bubble. All right. So, character trait. I gave evidence or proof of where I found it, and I'm showing you why. Okay? So, what I want you to do is I want you to find another character trait for Ty, or if you want to do a brand new one, you can find some character traits for Daniel. So as you're reading along, think about some words that would describe them based on what they do, what they say, what the author says about them, and then provide evidence to show me why you chose the trait that you chose. Okay, does that make sense? All right, and that's all we're going to do today, boys and girls. So just a little snippet, but these are all skills that you should start to use to help you become a better reader. Okay, so that's today's lesson. I will see you on Thursday. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.